What's up, YouTube? It's your boy KJ. Welcome back to the channel, baby. Welcome back to the channel. God, this might be a double upload type of day. You feel me? Because I feel like I've been short stepping, so I need to step my game up. You feel me? Today, you know what I'm saying? Today, we're reacting to one of the big men that played with Larry Bird. You feel me? It's a big man. He get talked about here and there. I don't think he get talked about a whole lot, but when you dive into his history in the game, oh man, they had a lot to say about old boy. So today we're talking about Kevin McHale, or the torture tank, as some of them guys call him. So I just want to dive in and see what's really to you. Like my man Sugarman say, what's really to you? Get your itchy. You feel me? So yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that hype button if you're enjoying the content like I know you are. You feel me? Let's get right into it. NBA legends explain why Kevin McHale was a monster. So you know the link to this video will be in the description, in case you want to watch it without me being on it. Because some people, you know, I just get on their nerve because I talk too much. On a reaction channel, people. A reaction channel. You cannot sit in the corner and watch it with people. You got to react. The only way you can react is to say something about what you just saw. Am I right? I don't know. Let's get right to it.
You ever try scoring on a guy whose arms feel like they belong to an entirely different species?
He was so long, it was tough for me to get my shot off.
The most feared guy in Boston.
That was Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale.
To an entirely different species?
Dog, I didn't know I was going to stop this quick, but Kevin McHale's arms look like they are long as my legs. It look like they are as long as my legs. Look at that. Look at those arms. Some of y'all probably was at the game and watched them, so y'all know in person. I'm just going on what I'm seeing on the TV.
He was so long, it was tough for me to get my shot off.
The most feared guy in Boston.
That was Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale.
What a move by McHale. He's got the best post moves in all of basketball.
Oh, great post move.
Was as good as
Dude, he was feared more than Larry Bird. I didn't know that.
anybody I've ever seen.
They were calling him a man of 1,000 moves.
Torture chamber.
One of the great power
Got him.
forwards.
To NBA legends, he wasn't just a problem.
Kevin McHale is the best player I've played against.
He had too much stuff on the box. Could not guard him one-on-one on the box.
The dude had the longest wingspan ever recorded for a power forward. Once he got
2.44 meters. God, dog. 2.44 meters. Had all the moves in the box. So Kevin McHale played the 4. Power 4, right? I'm finna look at something right quick. Let's see something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 8 feet and a half inch. Man, 2.44 meters is 8 feet and 0.063 inch. So what is that like? God, dog, his wingspan was 8 feet, cuz. His wingspan was longer than Wemby. Height. His wingspan was longer than Victor Wembanyama's height.
you on the block, it was
That'll
like
make
trying
no
to stop a spider with a post game. But don't just take it from us.
Switch.
Let's hear what the legends who actually faced him have to say.
Let's hear what the legends say. That's like, you ain't got to take my word. I ain't got to take your word. You feel me? Let's hear what the people that play ball with him or against him say. Let's see what they say.
Let's start with someone who's watched decades of NBA greatness and still couldn't believe what he saw from McHale.
Kevin McHale was a sensational post-up player. 6'10" and blessed with arms so long that people often joked he could tie his shoes without bending over. He had every post move in the book. The jump hook, the up and under, the reverse lay-in, the fadeaway. McHale was simply unstoppable on the block. So much so that in the 1986-87 season, he averaged 26 points a game while shooting 60% from the floor and 80% from the line.
26.1 points a game. This in the 86-87 season. Y'all see it. It's right here on the screen, but 26.1 points a game. 60% from the field, because you know a lot of times they be saying he's shooting over 50% from the field. This man was shooting 60% out of 100% from the field. So he hit 6 out of every 10 shots. 83% free throw player, cuz. And I think he was the only one that put up these numbers in the history of the NBA. I think so.
You know how many NBA players have averaged 20 or more points, shot 60% from the floor, and 80% from the stripe in the same season? One! Kevin McHale.
Sensational.
McHale didn't need to scream for the spotlight. He just put up numbers that broke the calculator.
Dang.
But the magic of McHale wasn't just in his stats. It was in the way he thought the game. The way he lures you in like a magician with a bad
we got
bat.
flopping. That was some flopping.
Just ask someone who shared the floor with him and lived to tell the tale. The one and
Now Bill Walton gonna tell a story now. I don't know. He had to be something like the way he tell a story. He gonna get you. He gonna get you. You gonna be riding every word.
only Bill Walton.
This guy's mind, his creative imagination, his skill set, his footwork, his touch, his shooting, and then his trash talking. It was just absolutely incredible.
It was like guarding a math problem with a sense of humor.
Parker. The Converse weapon, that's the shoe that's meant to do what he was born to do. That may be so, but that's not all. They let Isaiah play like he's 10 feet tall. Mr. Director, we need a new script because we're getting awfully tired of doing that.
McHale would twist, spin, pause, and whisper something clever while dropping 2 points on your head.
McHale is 3 for 3 from Larry Bird.
His footwork belonged on a ballroom floor, his brain in a chess hall, and yet he used both to terrorize defenders in the paint.
Oh, so he was a chess player. Okay. All right.
60%, and he has only missed 2 shots tonight.
Swish.
McHale answers it.
Celtics are going to stay with what got
Put him in torture chamber.
And just when you thought you'd seen every
on
post
Bill
move
Laimbeer,
under the
wasn't it?
sun, Kevin McHale would invent a new one mid-spin.
What a move by McHale.
Shaw.
So man, him and Elijah Wan got a lot of the same little footwork going on. But I think he was in the league before Elijah Wan, right?
Powell didn't just admire McHale's game. He believed McHale authored the entire low post playbook.
Kevin McHale, meanwhile, wrote the textbook on low post play. I mean, with the
wrote the textbook. Y'all heard that? Sean Powell. Okay.
footwork, the soft touch around the rim, the hook shot. He had it all in
Oh
his
yeah,
bag.
reverse layup.
Also, he had long arms. As a matter of fact, if I had his arms, I could shake your hand from sitting in this chair. He
Dang.
grew to be 6'10", and when you put that combination together, it was lethal. Low post plays, step back,
Reverse layup.
15-foot jump shot. Charles Barkley said he was the toughest guy he ever had to play in the NBA.
Kevin McHale was the best player I ever played against. I felt like he was unguardable.
15-foot jump shot. Charles Barkley said he was the toughest guy he ever had to play in the NBA.
Kevin McHale's the best player I ever played against. I felt like he was unguardable offensively.
McHale didn't rely.
I know it was unguardable. Charles, his wingspan was 8 feet. I'm gonna just be honest with you. What you think about it now? Think about what Wemby creates on a nightly basis in the league, as far as like with the wingspan, just with the wingspan. He ain't even counting the footwork, but the wingspan. So if Kevin McHale got great footwork, he got an array of shots, and he got great wingspan. 8 feet, guys. We talking about 8 feet. Some of your best NBA players are not over 7 foot and some change. So he got 8 feet worth of reach. That's a lot of disruption on people. You know what I mean?
And brute strength. He danced in the paint with elegance, backed it up with balance,
nice
and
move.
finished
I like
you
that.
off with finesse. Add in a wingspan that made defenders look like they were reaching with T-Rex arms, and you had a player who could score over anyone from any.
Oh man, if I'm Bird, man, yeah. When people, it'd be in the comments, they talking about like Bird got everybody included. Bird would have been crazy. Bird would have been crazy to have Kevin McHale moving around in the 4 down low, right? Blocking shots, dumping off of easy bad. It would have been crazy not to use that tool that you had in the paint. If Kevin had great footwork and his wingspan was longer than anybody, and he had great fakes, looking at the fakes he was using, a lot of people saying he's pretty much unguardable. So that was like a no-brainer, man. Let me get this guy the ball. I could take some possessions off. Shoot a three. Let me go down low for 2 points. Let me go down low for 4 points. Come back, come in with a you know what I mean? It gave you an all-around game having that. That's why people say that team that Boston had a great team. So that was a deadly weapon as far as like somebody to run with you in a game of basketball.
Where, with his eyes closed, long arms, longer memory. That's the image McHale left on defenders. A walking mismatch who tormented opponents for 13 seasons, anchoring one of the most iconic front lines in NBA history, alongside Larry Bird and Robert Parrish. And speaking of defenders,
man, them guys tall. Man, they look like three. You know those great tall pine trees, like the one that's real tall. They barely grow any limbs. They just like sprout out right at the top. That's what them guys look like walking up, man.
13 seasons, anchoring one of the most iconic front lines in NBA history, alongside Larry Bird and Robert Parrish.
Look at that, dog. Look at everybody look like they standing 6'10". Everybody looked. Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, and Larry Bird. All of them look 6'10" in that.
And speaking of defenders in pain, let's bring in the man who built a career off bruising bodies in the paint, but still admits there was one guy who had his number. Charles Barkley kept it brutally honest.
Who was the guy that you knew you were going to have you couldn't wait to face?
You know, I will tell you this. I hated Kevin McHale because he's the best player I ever played against. He's the one guy who was so much bigger than me with his long arms and his great moves. I had a difficult time guarding him. And then on the other end, he was so long. He was so long. It was tough for me to get my shot off if I had to face him up.
My personal nemesis is Kevin McHale, because he's the best player I ever played against. You could not stop him. I've always said that you could not stop that guy. And on the other end, I had to use every ounce of energy I did to score on him. That guy, when I looked at, because we all look at the schedule, we're like, okay, I can have some fun that night. Better get a good night's sleep that night. I mean, we all say the same thing about different guys, but Kevin McHale is the best player I played against.
That's coming from Sir Charles.
Man, Charles Bark, I like his interviews. I like his takes. I don't always agree with him, but I still can sit there and listen to it because a lot of stuff he says, he's pretty cut. He don't do a whole lot of fluff. He gonna give you an honest opinion about something. And even if you don't agree with his opinion, you still can see where he's coming from when he drops his opinion. You feel me? And if he's wrong, he'll come back and say something about when he's wrong. So I really like his takes. And the jokes, I like when he jokes around. All around, I enjoy his interviews quite a bit. And so when him saying this, he said he had to use all that energy. You saw when he got that layup block and he went back up with it, he looked kind of gassed a little bit, getting ready to come back up the court. So think about trying to score on somebody 7 foot, with a 6'10", 8 foot wingspan, 8 feet wingspan. That's a lot, man. I don't play against some guys like at the next town over at on the college campus, right? We play at the little rec center. I guess that's what you might call it. But anyway, man, you play somebody, I'm 6'1", you play somebody, man, 6'10", 7, man, you got to work. You got to work. So I can just imagine what Charles was going through. And then on that level of basketball too, where everybody's like elite players. Come on, man. Are we talking about the best of the best? Yeah.
A man who fought Shaq, boxed out Karl Malone, and went toe-to-toe with some of the roughest bigs in NBA history, but couldn't figure out how to deal with a 6'10" power forward who looked like Slender Man in a Celtics jersey. But Kevin McHale wasn't just a nightmare for big men. Even the high flyers, the slashing waves, the legends who thrived on speed and grace, they feared him too. Just ask one of the game's most iconic legends, Dr. J himself. Julius Erving didn't just battle McHale. He survived him, and his words speak volumes.
He was a tremendous opponent to have, too, with those big square shoulders and, you know, as awkward as he might have seemed sometimes on the court. He always knew where he was going and he knew what he was doing. And he was probably the most feared guy in Boston by the 76ers. You know, we played them. You know, I knew if I beat Bird or Maxwell, McHale was going to be there. Kevin wasn't afraid to take a shot at you. You know, he was a critical piece to the puzzle. And there were many nights when he was the MVP in Boston.
So they're working on him. Celtics have turned the ball over.
Get that out of here. We got some of that. We got some of that.
Bobby Jones into Cheeks. Block to back.
See, that's that wingspan I'm talking about. Look at that. Look how he disrupting all them shots. And you see people like Shaq, Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Davis, a good shot blocker, Dwight Howard. And to know that this cat was doing it like that all these years ago. What's that, 86, 87? Yeah. I remember like, man, I was young then. We talking about first grade.
World Championships.
Get that out of here.
Shot blocked by McHale. Even at him.
Get that out of here.
Blocked by McHale.
You get out there, you have this wingspan. I might as well just take a jump shot. He's all the way down.
You can't get around him.
When the Celtics needed a bucket or a stop, or just someone to deliver a bruising message in the paint, it was McHale who stepped up. But his impact wasn't just in the way he scored or defended. It was how he made the game feel like a puzzle. And he always had the answer key. John Sally, a defensive specialist himself, gave McHale credit most players reserve for coaches.
Kevin McHale taught me more about basketball, I would say, than any big man coach. The way he would move his body.
Oh, the look and move, dog.
You ever see it? It looks like his body is halfway leaned over and halfway down, but his head is up here. It's just a weird look. And
so I see now we got two dynamic big men with all the moves. We did a video on Akeem Olajuwon and his footwork. And I'm just not diving into Kevin because everything I did with Boston was always Larry Bird. So now we diving into Kevin. I see Kevin got that footwork too. So, hey, man. You know what I mean? The history is real rich.
He would spin, catch you,
Lambert.
Make you go up, lean under you, get under you, make you foul.
Give me
once
that.
he caught the ball, you were at his mercy. So,
give me that. And Lambert getting knocked. Man, Kevin not Lambert out there throwing paint like it wasn't. I see now the big men that were holding Kevin could not hold Kevin, man. I'm listening to some of the great Dr. J. I'm listening to which guy, but it's a lot of guys that ain't even saying that, like Lambert and a couple other guys I've seen, some bigs that were holding them. Man, they couldn't do nothing with them.
Perfect way to describe it.
Good fade.
Fade.
His moves looked like they were stitched together in slow motion, but they always landed before you could react. Once he got the ball in his spot, it wasn't a question of if he'd scored, it was how.
Called Kevin a long time ago.
Look how long it was, man. He just went between the Hawks players and I did a reverse layup on the opposite side. That's how long it was. 6'10". Watch that move again.
Slow motion, but they always landed before you could react. Once he got the ball in the spot, it wasn't a question of if he'd scored, it was how.
Got him.
Called Kevin a long time ago the black hole. You know, once it goes in, it never comes back out.
And sometimes McHale's dominance wasn't just technical, it was personal.
I feel I can stop Kevin McHale. He's tough, but you got to know how to play him.
Yeah.
On the parquet. McHale, what a move inside.
Who he thought he had fouled, too.
Willis is going to need some help defensively on the low post.
Mike Fratello wishes. McHale,
foul,
basket count.
It felt like he was holding a masterclass in humiliation, and everyone else was the unpaid
that boy got the move, cuz.
Isaiah Thomas tells the story best. The night McHale turned Detroit's front line,
Let's see that move
holding
one more
a
time.
masterclass in humiliation, and everyone else was the unpaid volunteer. Isaiah Thomas tells the story best. The night McHale turned Detroit's front line into his personal science project.
So one night we're playing against the Celtics, and McHale really has it going, and he's torching, you know, our power forwards, you know, Kent Benson, you know, Earl Curitan, and finally, you know, he started saying he's got these guys in the torture chamber. So every time they would enter the basketball into him, he would holler, chamber, like, you know, he got him in a torture chamber.
The man was yelling chamber while he was scoring on you, and you couldn't stop Bill Ambers. Mad as double hockey stick. You seen that?
And, you know, it's too late. So I was coming back to double team, and he was looking down at me shooting like, you're too late, there's nothing you can do about this.
Torture chamber. McHale made it sound like a game, but it wasn't a game to the poor soul stuck trying to guard him.
No,
and he wasn't even starting half the time.
Nah,
By the end of his career, McHale had embraced the sixth man role and still managed to make teammates and opponents shake their heads in disbelief. D. Brown remembers what it was like as a young player walking into the Celtics locker room, only to see McHale chilling on the sidelines like it was recess.
He had a routine. Shoot around, he would sit on the sideline. And Larry was screaming like, Kevin, get your butt up and have a shoot around. And he would tell everybody, hey, you want it now at 10 o'clock or do you want it at 7 o'clock? You tell me which one you want. I only give it to you once a day.
Dang.
Okay. I'm like, I can't say that.
You could say, you're a rookie, man. Mess around and lose your job, man.
I can't say that, you know?
Only McHale could trash talk like that in practice and still back it up. He wasn't just effective, he was efficient.
Hey.
And when your own teammates are telling you to brace yourself because he only
Larry
gives
Nance.
it to you once, you know you're dealing with something different.
It's not
a
Nance.
monster. He didn't need speed. He didn't need flash. He had angles, arms, and a mind that ran circles around defenders before his feet ever did.
The boy had some moves now.
From awkward-looking spin moves to the most refined footwork in NBA history.
Footwork.
He made the post his playground, and every defender was just another guest in the torture chamber. But what makes his legacy so unforgettable isn't just the titles or the numbers. It's the universal respect from every corner of the league. But McHale wasn't just the only one torturing defenders.
I want to know, how do y'all feel about McHale, man? I know a lot of y'all, you know, some of the people in my comments on some of the videos I've done, like, some of y'all have actually seen these players play. So feel free to drop your comment, man. Let me know, you know, what were you used to seeing on night in, night out basis? You had season tickets, you went to watch these guys. Let me know what it was like. What was the vibe like? What's the word, man? What was the environment like? You know what I mean? When you were there at these games, seeing these guys in their prime. 6'10", 8-foot wingspan. Come on, man. That's big. But look, man, I'm not going to hold y'all up because I'm finna be getting into my next video. You feel me? So don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the hype button if you're enjoying the content like I feel like you are. And guys, I'm going to catch you in the next one. Boy, KJ. Peace.